Good afternoon, everybody. Can you believe it's Thursday already? How this week has flown. Welcome to another edition of the Israel Brief, brought to you by Lay of the Land. And if we haven't met, I'm Rolene Marks, and I bring you the top stories from Israel and the region every Monday to Thursday. You can view us on Facebook. We are on our Facebook page at Lottel's site, and also on YouTube at the Israel Brief. And if you want to receive your daily edition of the Israel Brief, all you have to do is click on the red subscribe button. Now, for those who are watching this on Facebook, there are currently quite a number of restrictions against news type or political type pages, individuals and groups. So if you do see this, please would you do us a solid and share it. We would really appreciate it if you do. But let's get on to those top stories, and we begin with the COVID-19 situation here in Israel. Now, tomorrow morning, the lockdown that has been in place for the last couple of weeks is due to start lifting. Now, yesterday, the coronavirus cabinet was scheduled to meet to discuss a possible exit strategy, as well as the possibility of opening schools in low infection areas. However, that meeting has been postponed indefinitely. Now, Prime Minister Netanyahu would like to extend the lockdown until Sunday, but he has had some resistance in the form of Benny Gantz from the Blue and White, saying that why should we continue with what he is calling a fake lockdown, because the number of infections are still high, so there has to be a discrepancy somewhere. Meanwhile, many small business owners, shopping mall owners and restaurant owners are saying they will make a decision on their own. They will decide independently whether or not to start opening tomorrow. They are complaining that the lockdown has gone on for far too long. It is hurting their business, and it is not doing what it is intended to do, which is to bring down those infection rates. While this is still going on, Israel is continuing to roll out with our vaccinations, and we still lead the world in the amount of people per capita that have been vaccinated. Today, the country opened up vaccines to any citizen over the age of 16, and everybody is being encouraged, especially that over 50 age group, to go out and be vaccinated. Meanwhile, the Palestinians have received 10,000 Russian Sputnik vaccines, and they will begin their rollout mid-February. And the Prime Minister has cancelled his scheduled trip to the Gulf, to Bahrain and to the United Arab Emirates. He says while there are still travel restrictions, he won't be travelling. And in other news, the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres has said that now that there has been an administration change in the United States, he hopes that Israelis and Palestinians can get back to the negotiation table with the help of the Mid-East Quartet. The quartet is made up of the United Nations, the European Union, Russia, and the United States. Now, the Palestinians broke ties with the previous U.S. administration. They felt that the Trump peace plan favored Israelis far more over understanding what they wanted to bring to the table. So they broke off ties with the Trump administration. However, they brought no alternatives to the table, and we really hope that they are paying attention to the movement in the Middle East as far as the widening circle of peace and normalization is concerned, and the benefits for both the people and the economy, and will look to follow suit. And our final story stays with the intention of growing ties, and this time we go to the African continent, far down to the south, to the country of Zimbabwe. Is Zimbabwe going to be the next country to seriously warm up or increase ties with Israel? This looks to be on the map. Now, Zimbabwe and Israel have had formal diplomatic ties since 1993, but the ruling ZANU-PF party are far more pro-Palestinian. What is interesting is that other African states and African Muslim majority states are saying, why should we have to choose sides between Israelis and Palestinians? Can't we support both? And that is a philosophy or an ideology that is paying off and is largely beneficial to what their countries hope to achieve, which is economic stability and growth and investment and security. There are many terror groups that threaten various African states. Now, Zimbabwe, which has a large Christian community that is very, very pro-Israel, they would like to see ties between Zimbabwe and the state of Israel warm up significantly. And the president of Zimbabwe, President Mnangagwa, he is taking a look at this and seeing the practicalities on the ground of encouraging Israeli investment into the country and where the two countries can cooperate in agriculture, food technology, security, and various other areas. Now, South Africa's ruling ANC party that has a very pro-Palestinian lobby within it would like to see ties further disintegrate. They would not be happy with the ZANU-PF's new stance that maybe it is time to take a significant step closer to the Jewish state. But as one pundit is on record as saying that, as far as South Africa's involvement in trying to improve the Zimbabwe economy is concerned, they have been largely silent or very, very slow to react. But throw Israel in the mix and you're bound to get a reaction. So we really hope that we're going to see President Mnangagwa here in Israel pretty soon. We do know that the Consul General to Zimbabwe from Israel is working hard on that. And when he does decide to come wherever that may be, he is due to receive a very warm welcome by us all in Israel who would like to see many countries around the world join our ever-increasing circle of peace. So those are the top stories as we head into the weekend. But don't forget, if you are sitting in lockdown or in a tier 1 or 3 restriction or in restrictions in your country, or if you just fancy some really, really good original content, don't forget to check out the website. It's at www.layoftheland.online. We're also on Facebook. We're pretty active there. We also go to a different part of the country to bring you a Shabbat Shalom greeting. So don't forget to check out our Facebook page at Lottel's site. If you're viewing this on the page, please share this content. Wish us Shabbat Shalom tomorrow and share our content. If you haven't joined our community, please give us a like or a follow. We know that many of you, and we're really grateful, have joined our YouTube community, and you can find us at the Israel Brief, and we are also on Twitter. Interact with us at Lay of the Land 5. That's at Lay of the Land 5. So with this week's edition of the Israel Brief, I'm Rolene Marks, wishing you all a peaceful, a safe, and a restful weekend, all in good health. Shabbat Shalom from our team here to you and yours, and we'll speak again next week.